This is my Darth Revan cosplay, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. Now, if you want to make one yourself, then you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll cover pretty much everything. Where to get the 3D print files, where to get an affordable replica lightsaber, and everything in between. So, let's get to it. First of all, let's talk about the beauty. Darth Revan's lightsaber. Now, he does have a few. In KOTOR, the original game, his lightsaber is like a simple cylinder, and there are some versions of it online. My version is the one from SWTOR, which looks slightly different. It has like these little spikes here, which look kind of cool. Anyways, one thing to note when buying a lightsaber is buy it from AliExpress. I know that may sound strange, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen a bunch of companies in the US that sell them, but guess what? They all come from China. At the very least, they're all manufactured there, and now occasionally these companies have their own designs that they commission to be manufactured, but everything from the blade to the hilt to the interior, it all comes from China, and you might as well get it from the source. The reason I'm saying all this is because I've seen some insane prices for replica lightsabers. Some even cost more than $1,000, which is insane. This, on the other hand, you can get for roughly $450, if not less, with the blade and everything, all the interior parts, and it's the same thing for a lot cheaper. Now, there is one downside of buying from AliExpress, and that being, well, the shipping time. Sometimes it can take a lot longer than, say, Amazon. Usually their shipments to the US are around 1 or 2 weeks. Sometimes more. Worst case scenario, you're gonna wait for a month, but I think saving yourself $600 is well worth getting something like this and waiting just a little bit longer. Now, for the 3D print files, not all of them are sourced from a single person. The torso piece, the cylinder, and the arm pieces, they are from this wonderful gentleman. The rest is, well, there's a bit of a story to it. These things over here, I had to make myself because the files did not come with them. You can download them for free on my Discord server, so have fun there. And by the way, all links to all items mentioned in this video will be on my Discord server, as YouTube doesn't really like me leaving links to external websites in the comment section, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, these things you can get for free. This mask too, for now, you can get for free. I'll leave a link as well. Now, the whole set did come with the a mask, and I made it. I made a separate video about it. I actually have 3 Darth Revan masks. I've experimented with the designs, but I think this one is the most accurate. The reason I didn't like the mask that came with the 3D print files is that when you just put it on, it just looks, I don't know, it just looks too big. Even if you downscale it, the proportions are just not there. And trust me, you don't want to be a Funko Pop figure. So keep that in mind. I got a mask from a different person, and quite interestingly enough, the way he made this mask was because somebody on Reddit wanted like a replica mask from something he saw online, and the person was like, hey, yeah, I can model it for you. He modeled the mask for that one dude, and then I messaged the guy who modeled it. He said, yeah, you can have it for free, here you go, but in the future he might actually sell it somewhere, maybe Etsy, but right now it's free. You can get it on Cults, and yeah, I'll leave a link to it. It's free. It's a really good mask. The chest piece, yeah, you'll have to pay for it. I think the price is worth it. It's not too expensive, and the quality is pretty good. It's definitely one of the more accurate, realistic style Revans out there. But yeah, before we talk about the chest piece, let's talk about the mask a little bit. The way I did it, in order to like save some time, I actually just glued a balaclava on, and that way I don't have to have any straps, which is actually kind of useful if you attend conventions and you know the walking around for 8 hours can be stressful. Trust me, having a massive strap going around your head is it's not going to be fun. It's actually going to be pretty infuriating after roughly 40 minutes. So yeah, just glued a balaclava on, and it works fine. And this way you can also just lift your mask like this when you're wearing it in order to talk to somebody, or just get some fresh air in, and then just instantly close it back. So yeah, it's actually a really interesting method. But yeah, in terms of painting, before you paint, get some 150 grit sandpaper, just sand the hell out of it, make sure it's smooth, and then after that you can start priming it. After you've primed it, start sanding it again until it's really smooth. You don't want any 3D print lines when painting because otherwise it's going to be really visible and it's not going to look that good. So yeah, just go insane with it. Cover it with some filler primer, sand it, cover with primer, sand it again, and then cover it with primer one more time. And after that you can start painting. The way I achieved this metallic look, it was actually quite simple. First of all, I applied some gunmetal gray. After that, a spray of silver, but not too much, just here and there so that the gray is still visible. The silver is important because it's gonna give off that metallic shine a bit. And then after that, I applied a bit of matte black to it. Again, just a few little sprays of matte black in order to darken it just a little bit. And I used two sets of red. I used a light red and a dark red. Light red went first when painting the red here, and then dark red afterwards. It gave it a really nice like bloody look, and it looks fantastic. Some of the lines here were just achieved with acrylic black paint. You take the acrylics, you mix it with water, and then you get a napkin and you just start rubbing it in, and then you wash it away, and it gives that extra detail. But yeah, it looks fantastic. I love it. Now for the suit, this is actually my second Darth Revan. It's my remake of Revan. God, I wish that the game would come out. But yeah, since it's a remake, I did reuse some things out of the original suit. So for example, these straps and buckles here. Yeah, I just took it off out of that old AliExpress suit that's super cheap. It's like $100. And I just reuse it, like these rings and the rings on the bottom over here as well. And I reused this fabric piece that just goes along with his skirt. Everything else is brand new. The painting process for this is pretty much the same as it was with the mask. If there are 3D print lines, first of all just go over with them with some 150 grit sandpaper. That should smooth everything out. Then prime it. Then if you see any like holes or anything, in case you have any, sometimes 3D printers tend to do that, you have some defects, some holes here and there, you can cover them up with putty or wood filler. And then again, just sand it again, prime it, sand it, and only then start painting. Now as you can see, I used gold here and like matte black here, and there's like a really crisp line dividing them. This is really simple. Buy yourself some masking tape. When you do, cover the whole suit with gold, then cover all the gold with some masking tape and leave the areas that you want black exposed. Then get yourself a rattle can or whichever method you want to use to paint. Spray it over or paint it over in the areas that you want black. Wait for it to dry. I don't know, depending on what you use, just wait a day or so. And then you can slowly peel off the masking tape, and you'll have these crisp little lines here. For these little spots here, I just used acrylic black, and yeah, it's smaller areas. It's pretty easy to paint. Now, you know me, I like everything modular, so obviously this whole torso piece is actually 3 pieces. There's a disconnect here and a disconnect between this ring over here. Now, I would recommend making it actually 4 pieces, make like a little slice for this ring. And the reason is because, once again, it's one of those instances where I can actually fit through this ring when putting it on from bottom up. So I can just like pull it through my legs and everything, but an average person wouldn't, so I recommend making a slice in this middle part and making it 2 pieces. Now the whole system connects together using these Fastex clips. There's 3 of them, 1 in the center and 2 at the back. You can add more, but I think 3 is just enough. I just put it on and I just connect them from the inside, and then I pull on the nylon strap and it just goes together really well. A lot of people skip making this abdominal piece over here for the belly. What I did is I got some window insulation, and it's like a little tube of 2, and I wrapped it around some EVA foam and glued it to the bottom piece over here, this bottom circle, and that's how I achieved the billet portion, I guess, and it does look pretty good. I'll leave a bunch of reference images here of how the whole strapping system works and looks. It's quite simple, it's nothing too complex. I made like a little suspender system over here, and there's 2 Velcro strips that hold the 2 plates side by side. And honestly, if you really want to, you can even not print the back piece. I just did it because I love the authenticity of it, of having the back portion and the front portion, but you don't have to print the back piece, it's entirely optional. And yeah, for this, it's pretty simple. I bought some leather material. Yeah, I created some straps. I think they're like 2 millimeters in thickness, maybe 2.5 millimeters. I don't remember. Just cut them to the dimension of the hole here, so you can actually fit something through it. But other than that, yeah, just keep that in mind. Just make sure that the strap fits the dimension of the space here. Yeah, leather, pretty simple. You can cut it and yeah, wrapped it around, stitched it over here. In some areas I just glued it like here. And yeah, it's pretty good, held together by these buttons. It's not the best system in the world, but yeah, just connects to the torso piece like this. And yeah, nice little thing. Something useful to note, very useful, this cloth that goes around Revan's skirt, well, it's gonna fall down, right? It's not gonna be really comfortable, it's gonna restrict your movement, and it may actually pull some of your costume down. You can avoid it pretty easily. What I did is, at the back of my costume, over here, I've added this, I made this little system here. It's 2 clips, it makes a circle, and what it does is it allows you to put this back fabric through so that it doesn't fall down. For the undersuit, nothing special, just made myself this. I mean, you can save yourself some money and just buy like a turtleneck and use that, but yeah, this fabric is a lot nicer. It's really thick. I love all my fabric to be heavy, and that gives it like more realism, especially if it's thick. It means that light won't go through it, which is really important for the cape. Yeah, it's one way to tell if something's cheap or not, but this cape, it's pretty thick and quite heavy as well, and it's actually really good. Again, everybody that touched it, it's almost like a nice little blanket to wrap around. But anyways, yeah, it has like these lines. You can stitch them in so that they'll be there forever, like I did. But if you don't want to stitch them through and you want to save yourself some time, or maybe you don't have experience, what you can do with the cape is get yourself an iron and just iron these lines out. You make a fold and then you iron the fold and you'll get these lines. Yes, they'll be temporary, but still it's one way to add them if you really want to. Same goes for the skirt. So nice skirt. Again, lines here. And I added some buttons here to attach it here this way, but unfortunately they ripped. Well, the buttons stayed, but the system to which it attached to, like the loops, they ripped, so I used these little things, and yeah, they hold it together just fine, so I just left them there. Again, I'm just the kind of person that, I mean, if it breaks off, then find whatever means necessary to hold it together. But yeah, again, really thick, really nice. Get yourself some thick fabric, you'll make it look a lot more realistic, and it won't crease too. Like, the thicker the fabric, the less creases you'll get, and yeah, the thicker the better, because, well, creasy costumes, let's be fair, they look cheap. You don't want to do that. Let's talk about the arm pieces. So again, 2 separate pieces. These things, quite simple. Added some Velcro here. It opens up just enough so that I can actually put my hand through it. And then I attach it. Got a scratch here. It's a working system. Works fine. You can put your hand through it. And then I can put on my glove. Just like so. I made a really unusual system with the way these things are held. These are some old, like really old winter gloves, and I made a loop around here. I just glued it to this actual piece and made another thing over here. And the way it works is there's a nylon strap going from the underneath this pad. It goes around inside the glove. It's held together by this little thing again. Just did this, and yeah, I can just take it off and the whole system will come off. Yeah, not the best way to do this glove system, but I didn't want to damage the gloves, hence why I did it this way. I could have just glued them on or just came up with something else, but yeah, it works like this, and I like it this way. For the boots, they're not really going to be visible, so I just used the mannequin's boots that I had left over. These ones I got from AliExpress, and they're pretty cheap. I think they're like about $25, maybe a bit more. But yeah, it's nothing too expensive. You're not going to really see the boots anyway, but in the case that you do, I just wanted something more sci-fi, so I just reused them. I reused them for my Star Killer too. They're almost universal at this point. But yeah, they're fantastic. There's a zipper on the back. You can unzip them, put your leg in there, and there you go. You'll be fine. great boots, love them, fantastic. As an alternative, you can get some winter boots, just generic ones. I'll leave some links, nothing special, but yeah. And yeah, this pretty much sums up this guide. If you want like more details on how I did everything, I did cover it slightly more in my progress videos. But yeah, this is really about it. Really fun cosplay. I'm really glad that I remade it, because that previous one from AliExpress, like the mask, for example, it was made out of cardboard and it did look good at the time, but looking back at it, comparing that mask to this, it's a night and day difference, and I love this one a lot more. It's beautiful. I made 3 of these because I wanted to experiment again with the sizes and the aesthetics of it. One I sold, one I kept. This one I also kept, this one I actually use. But yeah, love it. Fantastic stuff. Once again, all links to all these items will be listed on my Discord server, as well as reference images to how I made all this and how it looks and the before and afters. And I even have like a dedicated page on my Discord where you can ask questions and people will answer them, and I jump in there as well occasionally, so feel free to ask if you need any specifying information. But yeah, this is my Darth Revan. It's actually quite simple. I thought that I would need to cover a lot more, but yeah. Thank you all for watching, and until next time everyone, bye bye.